true wireless stereo earbuds from Lenovo. Let's check them out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out these. Let me open it up and show you what's inside. And did you see how I just opened it? I slid it open. It doesn't lift open like so many others. There's no danger of these falling out. That's an important design element. But let's talk about what's inside. These are the Lenovo Droplet True Wireless Stereo Earbuds, and they're pretty sweet actually. So as you can see, you have it open and you have it facing you, and then right side goes in the right ear, and it's easy to work with. You just put it in and then turn it basically till it's comfortable. Here's a close-up so you can see how it fits in my ear. It's very snug. Put the other one in, do that same sort of turning motion, and they are good to go. So I'm going to listen to some Rolling Stones. How could you not like the Rolling Stones? Solid rock group, right? So the thing is that these actually sound really nice. Actually, rather than listen to them, let me take them out and talk a little bit. So these feature a 5.8 millimeter biodiaphragm driver. So they actually have a really nice sound. We'll come back to the sound in a little bit. So let me just put them back in and let them charge a little bit. So they feature Bluetooth 5.0, and they have 3 sizes of ear tips in the packaging, and that makes a huge difference, as always with these. But I will tell you, when I put these in my ears after pairing them, and it's super easy to pair them, once I had paired them, I put them in my ears, put on some Stones, and they were like, these sound pretty good. And then I'm like, I need to put the larger ear tips in. So I switched out ear tips, put the bigger ones in, put them in my ears, and it was like a whole different audio experience. Really makes a difference. I can't emphasize that enough. Take the time to try different size ear tips to get the ones that work best for your ears. It makes a difference, and it matters. Now, each earbud actually works 4 hours on a charge, and you get about 2.5 more charges from the case. So this is a total of about 10 hours of listening time. When you're ready to charge it, there is a USB plug on the back, and in the box is a USB-C, I should say, not just USB, a USB-C charging port on the back, and in the box is a USB-C charging cable. Now, here's one thing I will criticize, and maybe it doesn't matter, so I'm going to ask for your feedback in the comments, but their packaging is pretty weak. This is packaging designed for you to pull out and then basically just discard. So you can see this is just cardboard with a sticker on it basically. And then you have this very cheap plastic insert. And that's it. There's no carrying case. Here's that charging cable. And part of me is really disappointed by this sort of packaging because so many companies do such a nice job. But then another part of me thinks, once you take it out of the packaging, this is all that matters. So I don't know. Maybe it's not a big deal, but tell me in the comments, leave a comment talking about how important you think packaging is when it comes to something like this. Do you keep the box? Do you want to have it really nice and like a beautiful little jewel case that you open up and it looks all beautiful inside and everything? Or is something like this where they've clearly put 99% of their budget into the device rather than the packaging, whether that's okay for you? So I know particularly Apple people are really into their packaging. Apple does a beautiful job with its packaging, but that packaging costs money. It's not like they just sort of magically do that for free. And that money comes away from the product or is added to the price tag. All right, now, since we're talking about these, let's continue talking about these. They are IPX5 waterproof. They feature touch controls, and here's a little cheat sheet that comes with them. So basically, the entire panel is a touch panel, and there are a variety of tap sequences, and I really like the 7 taps in a row. That's asking a lot from a user, but I suppose if that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. So they are really good at staying in my head. I feel like once they're in, they're not going to fall out. Even if I'm on an aggressive run or I'm on a bike ride and I'm bouncing up and down because I'm going down some hills or something, these are really a solid fit. and quite comfortable and super light. So there's really a lot to like about these. And you know, they're really at a nice price point and everything, but let's talk about the sound. However, before we get there, there's two other things that I want to mention. Number one, 0 issues with latency, and that's also Bluetooth 5.0 tends to take away all those earlier latency issues. What do I mean by latency? I mean that if you were to watch a video on your phone or tablet, then this would be lagging. And these don't do that. So everything's in sync. And when you see on screen someone talking, the audio you hear is exactly synchronized, and that's important. The second thing is phone calls. And these work just fine with phone calls, but you sound kind of distant to the other party. And that's pretty typical of these true wireless stereo or TWS earbuds, because your voice is coming out here and the microphone's way up there. So that's a long way for that sound to travel. So, you know, you end up having to talk just a little bit louder or hope that you're in a quiet environment, in which case it's basically a wash. So, worth knowing. So let's talk about the sound. And I would say these sound really good for the price that they're at. So they don't have a huge sound stage. There's not a huge amount of bass, but they have a very nice flat response and they're very listenable. And as I said, I was listening to the Stones and they sounded solid. It was really good. I had to turn it up pretty high, almost maximum volume, to get a good enveloping sound, to really have that sort of presence from the music. But when I did that, it did sound really good. So there's lots to like about these, and I think that the sound quality is definitely pretty solid. So they're not, you know, comparable to $200, $300, $400, $500 units, but yeah, okay, they're also not at that price tag. So there's different spaces in the market for different kind of products. All right, so the only thing left to talk about then is the price. But before we get to the price, can I ask if you can subscribe to my channel, please? Just go ahead and click or tap on that little red subscribe button on the lower right, and boom, we're connected. Great. All right, now these are the Lenovo Droplet TWS earbuds, and they are $49.99, but they're currently at a 30% discount at Amazon.com. And check out the description of this video too, because they've told me they're going to send me a 50% off discount. So hopefully I'll have that, and hopefully that'll be in the description, and hopefully you'll be able to use that. I will tell you, at 25 bucks, this is a solid deal. Even at $49.99 minus 30%, that's a solid deal. At 50 bucks, there's a lot of competition in that space and that price point. But again, I really like the design that they slide so they're not going to fall out. And I like that they used USB-C instead of micro USB. There are 4 LEDs on the front to show you how charged they are. They're very comfortable and they have good sound. Honestly, what else do you need, right? So definitely worth checking out. These are the Lenovo Droplet earbuds. I'm Dave Taylor, and I'll hope to catch you in my next video.